I found that while watching the Ravens-Eagles preseason game live, it may be because I was focusing on other positions, other players, I really didn't notice Devontez Walker on the field. I've gone back and pulled 7 or 8 plays where he is on the field, and just because I didn't notice him doesn't mean there's nothing to see from him in this first game. He does seem to be thinking to me out there, and that is to be expected. I am certainly not of the opinion that we should too harshly judge a rookie based on their first live game. With that said, I want to get into this, see what we can see. Devontez is the number 1 receiver. Bottom of our screen, we'll watch the play and then try to glean what we can. This is, of course, Devin Leary's first action, but he should not have thrown this football to the flat. I think he predetermines where he's going with the football because that's how it's drawn up. In the future, he may see that he has 2 options. I believe Devontez is one of them. I believe he comes open. One thing that I want to talk about in this video is his ability to get off press coverage. We see that here. Again, this is Devontez. He's being pressed here. Off the ball, you see this jab step and then a swipe or swat at the inside arm of the defender who grabs him just a little. What I like is we see another effort here in this sort of inside arm swim to clear the defender's arm away. And you can see him get a step here. I believe he comes open. I do believe this is a good sign of things to come, his ability to get off press and then to run away from coverage. To some extent, I do need your indulgence on this. This is a clear running play, but I'd like to point out this defender does not know that. Defender's going to shoot his arms off the ball. Devontez does a good job attacking the outside arm, running the route outside, kind of bending or leaning away from this. Again, a clear running play, but with no help over the top. I think he runs away from this defender. I don't see him as running these routes with conviction in this game. There's a certain amount of uncertainty. And in a sense, I'm guessing, but I do like that he gets off the line relatively clean. And I do think, although it's speculation, he's running away from this guy if this is a vertical shot. He's number 1 outside here. He may be the target. I cannot tell by the arm angle of the quarterback. Perhaps you can. This is a concept the Ravens really like. He's going to run this slant. Number 2 runs the arrow. This is a concept referred to as dragon. Opposite of dragon, the Ravens often run a spacing concept, ball route from the back, curl route, flat. This may be a little wider. In any case, they like this concept. He's going to run a slant here. I do believe there's an opportunity to get him the football if it's not batted down at the line of scrimmage. Top of our screen, I do believe there's a miscommunication here. The quarterback, I believe, is thinking back shoulder. In any case, we see Devontez get pushed around a little bit here, not do a good job using his hands getting off the line. And then we see him really get squeezed almost out of bounds on the sideline by the defensive back. It's pretty obvious he's not on the same page with the quarterback here. As he was only targeted once, perhaps twice, we're primarily looking at him in these concepts, the role that he plays as part of them. Ravens are going to run this snag concept. Once again, that's a 5 or 6 yard hitch from number 1, an arrow by the back in this case, the number 3 receiver, and number 2, which is Devontez, is going to run a corner route. He gets tripped up right about here, which ends up being an effective form of blocking if the quarterback is able to make the throw to the flat. I say that only half in jest. You can see that this is intentional, not the tripping part. But watch him take a jab step to run interference. As I said in a previous video, the Ravens are paying more attention to rubs, picks, that kind of stuff, or so it would seem. Bottom of our screen, and lastly, another clear run call or call away from him where the DB gives up in coverage. To my mind, you can see that he accelerates very quickly in one step right there. I also like the crispness with which he bends that to the corner. Again, not a whole lot to look at, but that doesn't mean there's nothing that we can glean.